Welcome back to another episode of Exploring Whiskeys. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin, and today we have a Glengoyne 12 year. They have a lot of different whiskeys. I think the 10 is the starting point. They have some in the 20s and 30s. They have a even fancy collection. They've got a lot of different whiskeys. This particular bottle, this was a gift from my father-in-law, which was a gift to him from Aunt Wessie. My Aunt Wessie was over in Scotland last year, and this was one of the distilleries that she toured and bought a bottle and brought it back.
There you go.
And I sampled it.
I think you sampled quite a bit.
No, well, I sampled, not this bottle. I sampled her original bottle back in November. She enjoyed it so much. I was back there in December and told her where she probably could find one. Imagine that, my little honey hole in New Jersey. And she found another bottle and bought one and gave it to my father-in-law. He brought it down here. So, Glengoyne 12. So the interesting part for this guy is where it's located. So it is officially a Highland Scotch. But it is just north of Glasgow. And Glasgow is kind of the cutoff between the Highlands and the Lowlands. And their rickhouse is south of Glasgow. So it is a Highland Scotch distilled.
They're trying to distinguish themselves.
It's a Lowland Scotch aged.
It's
a little different.
Marketing.
It's a little different. We got some 86 proof. Obviously the 12 year. And this bottle's $50 to $60. Somewhere's in that ballpark. One of the interesting things that they throw out there is they are the slowest distillers. So apparently the way they set up their still, it's really, really slow in the distilling process. It takes nearly 3 times as long for them to distill their whiskey than a normal still.
Slow drip?
Kinda, yeah. Slow drip. And they use some fancy barley, Golden Promise, and they're one of 2 that use that particular barley. It's more expensive, and Macallan is the other one. I get a little bit of fruit note, like an apple. Not a lot on the nose, though. It's really light.
Ooh, that's good. Apple, honey, a little bit of malt.
That actually tastes like a Scotch. Imagine that. Yes.
The back of the palate is like I just ate a spoonful of honeycomb cereal.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that.
That sugary...
Sweet, malty notes. Yeah, absolutely sweet, malty notes. The proof is not... It's noticeable, but it's you're drinking Scotch, but it's not... There's nothing to it. Really nice.
My whole mouth is just sweet.
Watery. Yeah, and watering. Yeah. That's, very sweet. So they use a combination of first fill sherries, refilled sherries, ex-bourbon casks. They also throw in every once in a while a bourbon hogshead. Anything. They kind of mix it all up. Literally, when you go on their website, they do everything slower.
Three times slower than normal. What it says here, for every minute other whiskeys spend in their stills, ours spends 3.
3 times.
3 times.
They age their the wood before they create the barrels
6 years.
6 years. Yeah. Okay. So they do everything just a little bit slower, a little bit more purposeful, I guess is the way to state it. But the nose is still light. Some sweet.
They're talking toffee, apples, ginger, and shortbread.
Ginger.
And a delicate hint of spice.
On the what? Nose or palate?
It doesn't say.
Doesn't say. Okay. The nose, I get a light, sweet sherry note. I get a little bit of that note. It's not a heavy malt or a honey or a fruit. It's just a really light sherry note.
The palate is way better than the nose, though, on this one. Way better.
Sweet, not grossly sweet, just sweet. Honey, a little bit of fruit.
It's got pastry that bite at the end, though.
And there's a little spice to it. Yeah. I'm thinking almost like a Danish. I'm not getting quite apple. Maybe apple? Like an apple Danish with some cinnamon?
There's apple.
You know what I mean?
I get apple.
But there's a spice to it, too. like a nutmeg, some kind of baking spice is popping through.
I get the cinnamon, and now I'm thinking of like this is weird, but like the McDonald's apple pies, where it's just a lot of apple and it's a buttload
juice,
of cinnamon.
Yeah, and
but the cinnamon's in the apples. Stuff. It's also inside the pastry.
Yeah, I could go there.
Or even just the smell, like we're getting on the palate. Even if you just smelled that apple pie,
mouth watering.
Yeah,
is really what it comes down to. That is a really solid. It's a solid Highland Scotch / Lowlands Scotch.
It's a hybrid.
A hybrid Scotch. Middle Scotch. Midland. The nose opened up a little bit.
Not as much sherry.
No, it went more apple fruit notes coming through.
Apple and honey.
Right now, I like the nose better with the water. It actually opened up a little bit, gave you a little bit more.
I'm enjoying it with water on the palate. You get more of that bite.
There is a little bit more of a zest.
Grabs the side of your
towards
tongue.
The end. Yes. Right there. Yeah. Uh-huh. I think that's a better with just a couple drops.
Kind of feel a little here.
Warmth?
A little bit. Just a touch.
How about that? I haven't gotten that one yet.
I'm still getting the spice on the tongue, though.
Yes. Yeah. There's like a little zest zing thing going on in there, and it's really nice. The two that she brought back from Scotland was the Glengoyne 12 and the Dalmore 12. And I like Dalmore 12, but we did these side by side, and I was just like, I actually like that better. I was like, that's a better bottle. She's like, I thought so too. It's like, I really enjoy this.
I like this bottle. I have to get one. You went fancy on the bottle too.
Yeah, I like the raised glass. I assume that's barley, all like bound up.
That's a good bottle.
It's very solid.
Thanks, Aunt Wessie.
Yeah. Thanks, Wheezy. Thanks, Pops, for leaving it here. He's like, I'm not going to drive with it down the floor. Let's just leave it here. I'm like, okay.
You can leave it right here.
Yeah, right. That's perfect. Thank you. It's a solid Scotch. Nothing off-putting anywhere in that. The price is pretty solid for a 12-year-old. I'd say, boy, I really wish it was in the mid-90s, but I don't. That may taint it a little bit. Like it's like nicely balanced.
That
it is
would
nicely
overpower
balanced.
the sweetness.
Probably.
It would take away the, as you call it, the zing.
The little zing. I would highly recommend it, and
for $50 or $60, that is absolutely worth it.
Yeah, and I totally agree. This is gonna be on my watch list to try to find something outside of the 12-year. What's a 10? What's it taste like a little younger? What's it taste like as a 15 or an 18? I'd be super interested either way.
Well, we'll wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Again, hoping to find you said the 10,
the 10. I think there's like a 15, an 18, a 20.
We'll see.
And then there's a fancy line.
Well, we'll see what we can find. We'll see.
Exactly.
We'll stay below the fancy one for a little bit.
Probably.
For a little bit. But, as always, if you have one that you like out of this lineup.
Right, can give a recommendation.
Give us a recommendation. Do you like the 10 more than this one? Do you like the 10 more than... Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Don't waste your money on the 10. Go that route.
Just go up. Yeah.
Let us know.
Yep. Love to hear from you.
Yep. Well, we appreciate you watching this episode. We hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, please support the channel and hit the like button at the bottom of the screen.
While you're down there, really be very appreciative if you could just subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel. We have big plans. Really want to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of this year. That would be a huge growth and pretty impressive if we pull that one off. But that's the goal.
Yep.
So tell your friends.
Yeah. Help us grow the channel.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for watching.
See you on the next episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.